Hello, my name is Emike. This is a special broadcast for parents, guiding children's minor. Now, it is that time of the year where we are in the long holidays. Imagine it, from July to September, your children are going to be home, having fun, probably learning a skill, or doing whatever they choose to be. This is a period where you are going to be deliberate about keeping them busy before they return to school. So it means that whatever plan you're going to put in place, you have to be conscious, you have to be deliberate, to make sure that the plan is progressive. Don't just go about looking for something to occupy them so you can get busy with whatever you're doing. There's so many summer camp everywhere. Not all of them will be good for your child or your children. So you want to be sure that you're doing the right thing. The first place to start is teach your children about sex and sexual abuse. Now, when I say sexual abuse, I don't mean teaching your child what to do when sexual abuse happens. Now, that's part of it. But teaching your child about sex and sexual abuse starts from helping them understand their body, understand the private part, why it is called a private part, why nobody must take advantage of them, what to do if someone takes advantage of their private part, why they should not undress in the presence of people, why they shouldn't share a bath. Now, whether you like it or not, you and your child or your children are going to have other family members visit you because it's a long summer holiday. Or maybe even your child or your children are going to be spending time with their cousin, other family members, some grandparent. You don't want them to go and you don't want them to just go like that without teaching them these basic things. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, well, your children have grandparents who could abuse them or they have cousins who could abuse them. But I'm saying that preparing your child for eventualities is something that you cannot take for granted. Your parent, that is your children's grandparent, may be fantastic people. But what about if they have neighbors, drivers, house helps, other people around them who are not as nice as their grandparent? They have to be prepared. So you have to teach them what your private part is. Now, if you are already having that kind of discussion with your child, very nice. But if you have not started, you need to start. This is the perfect time to start talking about sexual abuse and their body part. Now, if you have been doing that or you've done that in the past, there's nothing wrong about reminding them, talking about it again, because the truth is sexual abuse and sex for children is an ongoing discussion. Sometimes what a child learned 2 years last year, it could have forgotten, and it is your responsibility to remind them and prepare them. Your children are going to be having fun. You don't want them to be carried away. They are going to go to some summer lesson, some summer camp where you are not there. They're going to meet new people. You want to prepare them for that time when something that you don't plan for happen. You can see all over the social media, the cases of sexual abuse increases every day. You don't want your child to be in the number. Now, I am not a big fan of sleepover. If you are, and it works for you, well, so be it. But I am not. Before you allow your child or your children for a sleepover, be sure that you know very well where they are going to. Not just where they are going, what they're going to be doing. It might surprise you to know that sometimes, even when it is a sleepover at a family member's place, you want to find out what they are really doing. What's the activity like? Because you never can tell that your child's cousin could be influenced by someone else in the school, in the neighborhood, that their parents are not even aware of. Whatever bad influence they may have inculcated, they are going to pass on to your child. So when your child is going for a sleepover when they're going to spend the weekend, when they're going for a party, when they're going for just any hangout as part of the activity for the long holiday. You want to be sure what it is that is going on. Number three, very importantly, when you are taking your child for a summer camp or a summer school, please find out what exactly are they doing. Or when you pick them later in the day, find out from them, have a discussion with them. What did they really do? Sometimes these camps or this school, this academy are just set up and there is no proper overseeing of what goes on. Those who set it up, some of them, not all, are just out to make money. But you have a responsibility to look over the welfare of your child. Don't be quick to say, oh my God, I have to work, I have to go to work, I'm not chance, I cannot be home. And then you just dump your child with just anyone. You are not going to like the consequences later on, especially when it turns out to be something really negative that will take you away from that work or whatever activity that is keeping you busy from your child. The long holiday is a perfect opportunity to bond with your child, know them more, interact with them, teach them things that they don't teach them in school. You will be surprised that certain life lessons, life skills that you are going to impact to them, they don't learn it from school. So don't be quick to just dump them in a summer school, dump them in a kind of lesson and go your way. Find out exactly what is going on in the summer school that you're putting them, what kind of friends they're interacting with, what's the lesson like, and if they really like the place. And put into consideration their opinions, their feelings, their responses, their reaction to determine whether you want to continue leaving them there or not. Now, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel because there's going to be a part 2 of talking to parents, guardian, and child minor about the holiday in the